Hi there, this is Claire, and welcome to this very bite-sized CPD screencast on using QR codes for learning in the classroom. So this short screencast is going to give you some ideas on how QR codes can be used for learning, as well as demonstrate how to create them, and it's really easy, I promise. So this is what QR codes look like. You can scan them with your smartphone or with a tablet, and once you scan them, key information is then revealed on your phone or your tablet. And really, to do this, all you need is to download a QR code app onto your phone, which is free. You might want to pause the screencast in a moment and download a QR code scanner onto your phone or tablet before we go any further, if you don't already have one. So to do this, you just go to your Play Store or your Apple Store or your equivalent and search for QR code reader. Once you've downloaded it, you can test it out by scanning the QR code on this page. Open the QR code reader app on your phone, hold your phone in front of the QR code, and the contents of the code will be revealed. So press pause if you want to do that now before we go any further. So we're going to run through now some of the ways that QR codes can be used in the classroom. All of the QR codes you can see in this screencast are live, so you can pause the screencast at any point if you want to and scan them to see the examples of what we're talking about revealed on your phone. So you can see here that one way that we might use QR codes is as an easy way to deliver homework to students, checklists to students, top tips, so on. Great way to save paper. Just stick the QR code on the door or the wall for students to scan at some point in the lesson. What I especially like about QR codes is the way that we can use them in the classroom to support students working at different levels and different paces. So it's a great tool for differentiation. One nice way to do it is to set up an activity in class and then to have both clues and challenges stored as QR codes around the classroom. You can colour code them as well, so it makes it easy for the students to know whether they're looking for clues or whether they're looking for challenges. Two examples here. So the green one is a clue, so it's giving students a clue to help them answer a question that they're working on in groups in the classroom. The other one is specifically designed to offer support for those students who might be feeling less confident about this unit. So it gives them a link where they can go and read some material to help them answer the questions that they're working on. And I really like the fact that QR codes get students up and moving around the classroom. It's definitely a real bonus, makes the lesson more dynamic. Another way that we can use QR codes in the classroom is to use them to provide either the correct answers to a set of questions that you've offered them, or model answers to questions that you've asked them to do for themselves. So we know this is like a great way to help students learn by either self-assessing or peer assessing, or by looking at what exemplar material actually looks like and comparing it to their own. Now, one of the things about QR codes, which does limit how we would use this, is that you can only have up to 1,000 characters revealed. So you wouldn't be able to store a whole model answer in terms of an essay within a QR code, but it's good for modelling paragraphs or short answers for questions, and of course, correct answers offered in a really concise way. So this is a great way to get students to check their own work, to self-assess, or even to peer assess. So this is an interesting way of using QR codes. We can also use them to provide feedback to students. So the students would scan the code, which you might have placed at the end of their work, to receive their targets. One of the things about QR codes is that once you've scanned them, the information that's revealed stays on your phone permanently. So that's especially useful for students because it means that they can basically collect their targets on their phones over the course of a year as they receive more and more of them from you. Another nice way to enable students to work at their own pace in the classroom is to use QR codes to link to YouTube clips. So there are loads and loads of YouTube clips which demonstrate different skills which are relevant across the curriculum, and you can create QR codes linking to these clips for students to access them when they need to. QR codes are also a nice way to get lessons off to a fun start by starting off with a quiz conveyed through a series of QR codes displayed throughout the room. So, for example, you might get students to identify the writer by having QR codes representing different quotes from key texts, or the artist by having different images created by that artist or photographer. or just, maths questions, key questions, recapping work that you did in the previous lesson to get students up and around, moving quickly within a particular time limit. So we've had some examples of how we might use QR codes to enable learning. Let's look now then at how we would actually generate them. This is the best site that I've found to generate QR codes. It's qrstuff.com. First thing that will come up on Google when you search for it. This is what the web page for qrstuff.com looks like. And we can see on the left here, these are the different options for what you can connect your QR code to. So we have straightforward website URL, which we would just type in here, copy and paste in. Similarly for the YouTube video, put the URL in here and it will open it up immediately on people's phones. Here we have a box where we can copy and paste in or type in plain text. And also here Dropbox. So it's possible if you have shared a file on Dropbox to also copy and paste your URL for that file here if you're happy to share that with students. So let's create a practice QR code. So you'll notice that the more you type into this box, the more complicated the QR code becomes over here. If we want to change the colour of the QR code, that's how we do this. So you might have it as a blue code. Let's do that. So we download the QR code by clicking this button here. Save as. It's going to save automatically in your pictures. Let's save it. And let's have a look at what that looks like. And if you want to, you might want to pause the screencast now, scan this, see if it has worked from the one that we've just done. So that's the end of this screencast then, about how we can use QR codes in the classroom for learning. Some ideas here for what you might want to do next. Why not go to the website, just have a go at creating a practice code, try scanning it with your phone, see that it works, and then perhaps over the next couple of weeks, choose one of your classes where this might be appropriate and set yourself the target of using QR codes in some capacity with them. And then we'd be really interested to know how you got on. Hope this screencast has been useful.